We'll talk about dereferencing. This is a pointer concept. Dereferencing is used to access or manipulate data contained in a memory location pointed to by a pointer. Before we get into that, we all know about pointer assignment. So let's look at these illustrations here. We have two variables. One of them is a char literal. This char literal is right here. And the other variable is a pointer. It's a char pointer. Both of them are declared on the stack. Char has a value of 0. This is null. Whereas P contains the address of K. By virtue of writing this, P equals ampersand K. So we know this ampersand is address of in C++. What is the address of K? Well, the address of K is F70. So now this is just for illustrated purposes. In the actual runtime environment, your memory address could be whatever is by machine. So F70 is memory address of your K char literal. And memory address of P, F89, is the address of your pointer. Your P is assigned the address of K at runtime. This is initialization of your P. As soon as we declare this memory pointing to a chart, we immediately assign the chart instance memory address, which is F70 to it. Hence, you see this pointer assignment references here. So let's just move on to the next page illustrating what a dereference operation is. Dereferencing, like I said, is used to manipulate addresses containing a memory location pointed to by a pointer. We have two variables. One of them is the char literal, and the other one is the pointer pointing to it. This is a char pointer because the pointer points to a char instance. How do we change variable K's value directly or indirectly, right? From 0 to Z. This is a 0 by pointing to a Z. So how do we do that? There are two approaches. One is to use a direct literal assignment. This is what we've learned. And the second part is to use pointer dereferencing. And this is pointer. So there are two ways to do that. So let's take a look at how we can effectuate this value of K from 0 to a Z. Let's move on to what we can do in the next slide. The first option is the direct assignment, which is changing your value of K from 0 to Z. Second part is to use what we call dereferencing. So this is referencing, first of all, requires the assignment of the case address, right? So this case char P is the address of K. This is what we did in the prior slides. We applied what we call dereferencing. So dereferencing uses this asterisk right before the pointer. So this dereferences the pointer P, which points to this K instance by directly jumping into its data section. So this data section contains a value of 0, but not if we do Z. This is how we kind of remote control this object's value. You can think of this dereferencing operation as a way of remote controlling this data that is pointed to by the pointer to a char. This dereferencing of pointer is a very powerful concept in C++. We will illustrate this in our code demo shortly. This is a quick demo. Let's create two variables. These are integer variable I equals 8. Another one called j. J is not assigned any value, so we've got two integers, I and j. One of them is initialized with a value of 8, and the other one does not have anything to it. Let's just create an integer pointer. P points to nothing, uninitialized. We got to be careful with this, uninitialized. P points to the address of I. This stores the address of I in P. Let's do a quick value check and see what we got. This gives us the value of the address of I. Let's take J. J is equal to dereference P. So what does this give us? This will actually give us the value of I and assign that value into J. So let's take a look at this. This gives us 8. The reference is used to access data containing the memory location pointed to by a pointer P.